Rightio, so something a bit different today. We'll be actually working on the house, so I'm going to have a crack at repointing the bricks. So over time, the mortar and the brickwork has actually just gone. It's just turned into like a bit of a powder. I think it's due to a bit of moisture content coming up through the brickwork, plus the actual mortar was probably a bit too sandy or watery or something like that when it was originally done. But anyway, we're gonna mix up some mortar and see if we can repoint it. So let's have a crack. Right, so I've only really got the issue from probably about 1 metre up, so only these few courses here. So first thing I've done is just washed it all out. A couple of reasons for that. So we want to get rid of all the old excess powdery mortar that's left in there, clean out any dirt, debris or whatever, and also we want to wet the bricks. So we don't want really dry bricks and then the wet mortar, because the bricks will suck all the moisture out of the mortar and then we end up with the same issue anyway. So that's another reason why we wet the bricks. So this is only from the research that I've done. I'm not a brickie, so that's what I've sort of found out is the best way to do it. So now I'll mix up some mortar and see if we can start making this a little bit better. Alright, so let's go through the tools that I've got here. So, set of gloves. I have a renderer's hawk I found. I think it was about $10 this. And a trowel, a pointing trowel, and a shaper. Got a bucket to mix the mortar in as well, and I just bought some pre-mixed sand cement mortar, and yeah, I suppose of course a beer. So let's get into it. So I've got the mortar mixed up. It's like I don't know, more of a paste type consistency. Not too watery, not too dry, just enough so I can maneuver it into the actual gaps. So I'm just going to put a bit on the hawk, and then the idea is to just push it in with the trowel here. So I might just mist up the bricks again. Nice and flat. I'll just hold this flush to the bottom of the course. So it's been a week. This is what I got to last time. So it's not too bad. Got the joint okay. The colour's obviously off because I couldn't really work out what the mortar was before, but I'm not really fussed because I'm actually going to render this wall or batten it out and do something later, because I plan on closing in this carport. So Really just want to make sure it's structurally sound, and yeah, go from there. So just going to continue doing this today. Alright, so once it starts drying off, I'll just get the little tool here and I'll just start scraping off the excess. So I'm just using this really just to get rid of the excess. And then what I do is I just get this little brush and I just rub off all the light stuff that's on the outside. I'll wash the bricks off with a sponge. And that's how I get the rake joint. So all the pointing has been completed. I will give the bricks another wash once the mortar has had time to dry properly. So next I'm going to put in these subfloor vents that I've painted. They were a little bit rusted, but just gave them a bit of a once over, and they should do the trick for now. And I'll replace them later when I eventually render this wall. So if you're wondering about that aircon condenser, yes, I am going to move it. That unit's going to go outside of this area. And that's it, job done. So just silicone these grills in just so they're easy to take off later. But main objective was to just get these bricks mortared in again. So it's been on my list for a while. Yeah, so hopefully that was somewhat interesting, helpful at least. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, hit that like and subscribe button. See you on the next one. Cheers.